Hiya, it's Rebecca from the Bead Queen for another Sunday night make. Yeah, let's get started. So tonight we're going to be making this. Let me show you. It's gorgeous. There we go. Got another one in gold and white. Can you see? There we are. So this is bead weaving. Now I love bead weaving more than anything else, so I'm going to teach you tonight. Let's go. So the things that we're going to need are 4mm pearls, the teeny tiny ones. Now you can do this with crystals, bicones or rondelles, or rounds for that matter. You can do it with anything. We're going to need size 11 seed beads. 2 colours, so I've got a red and a gold. Obviously green pearls. Feeling a bit festive tonight. There we go. Went up yesterday. You're going to need a needle and some thread. I'm going to use black tonight just so that you can see exactly where I'm going, because if I'm using the nude colours, it might get lost on camera, and we don't want that. We want you to see exactly what's going on. So I'm pulling my thread. Always give yourself a good arm's length. Snip. Now I can show you how to add in more thread. You are going to need it later on when you continue. So taking your needle and your thread, thread it up. Can you see? Now the needles we use in bead weaving is between a 10 and a 13. Now you've got to look at that needle. It's the same size all the way down, and that's because it's going through beads as small as that. Can the camera focus on it? So it is beading needles that you've got to buy. And the thread is also a special type of beading thread. Now there's a few on the market. Can you see it on my arm? You can use Fireline, you can use KO, and you can also use Nymo. I do stock this one, which is made by Mayuki, which is the brand that makes all these beautiful sea beads. However, I'm out of stock at the minute. So once you've got your needle and your thread threaded, we're now ready to start. So not only am I going to talk you through how we do it, I've also got a pattern here. So as soon as I've done it, I will refer back to the pattern so that you can see exactly what's going on in case you can't see what's going on the needle. Right then, so the first thing we've got to do, take your needle, now that it's threaded, and we place on a pearl, a seed, a pearl, a seed, a pearl, and a seed. Now, the two different colours that we use, if we look at my blue one that I made earlier, can you see here those little gaps? There's a lime green seed bead. Now if you want contrasting colour, this is the one where you're going to put it, just a flash, so that it makes it look, it makes it pop a little bit more. I had to think then. So I'm going to do gold as my pop colour and red as my full colour, where in this case it was that sky blue. Okay, so I've got 1, 2, 3 pearls, and in between I've got 1, 2, 3 seeds. So let's refer to the pattern. There we go. On your needle, a pearl, a seed, a pearl, a seed, a pearl, a seed. Now this means you take your needle, once you've threaded it down, take your needle and go back through it all. So let me show you what I mean by that. Let's angle it down a little bit. There we go, one's already fell into place. There's my beads on my needle. Bring them down your thread. You want to leave about a 15 centimetre tail. There we go. And with your needle, we're going to go back through that first pearl bead. Remember, let's refer back to the picture. That was on our needle, we threaded it down, and now we go back through it all again. So let me show you. My needle's going to go back through that first one, not just the first one, but through it all. So if you can't do it all in one action, do it in stages. There we go. Pull tight. Now what you should have, can you see? I don't know if you'll be able to see this very well. There we go. If the camera can zoom in on it a bit better. It's like a little triangle of seed beads and of pearls. I will bring the diagram so you can see it a bit better. Right. There it is on my mat. In fact, let me see. Let me just see whether I can get it so that you can see it a bit better. So that's what we're looking at. That's what you want. Let's refer back. So once you've done this, you've pulled it tight. This is what you've got. This is what I've got down here. They're in a triangle. This part up here, this is your tail. We don't think about that. Don't worry about the hem. And this part down here, this is your needle. Now your needle is telling you you want to come out of a seed bead. So it's always a seed bead for this pattern, never a pearl. So your needle wants to come out of a seed bead. So as it stands with mine at the minute, don't know if you can see, I am coming out of the pearl. So I'm going to move one more so I can come out of that seed bead. And now we start. Can you see? My thread is coming out of that seed bead. Now we start the next part. Let's refer back to the instructions. And now we're here. So what my instructions telling me, I've come out of this seed bead, which is the gold one, or pink in this case, and I want to add 1, 2, 3 green, a gold, or pink in this case, and 1, 2, 3 green. So let's do that now with our needle so you can see what's happening. So 1, 2, 3 red are going onto my needle. I'm going to pick up 1 gold and 1, 2, 3 more red. I've got 7 beads in total. Now I'm coming out of that top seed bead, can you see? This one right here. And I want to go back through this seed bead here. So my thread naturally comes up, round, and it's going to make a loop back down through him. So we never think about the pearls, we're always thinking about seed beads. This camera's not great, I'm sorry guys if you can't see very well. There we go. So it creates like a little hat for the pearl, perfect sizing. So now my thread is coming out of that golden seed bead right here. And I want to do exactly the same again. So I'm going to pick up 1, 2, 3 red, 1 gold, 1, 2, 3 more red. I'm going to take my bead weaving. You should be able to see that your thread is coming out of a gold. This all just fell off in my hand. Let me just stick it back on. Too many, looking at too much stuff, that's what it is. So I'm coming out of this gold here. I want to go back through this gold here. Do you see? So we're making little frills for each pearl. I'm going to pull that tight and then I'm going to lay it down so you can see exactly what I'm doing, hopefully. Don't know if you can. Oops, my coasters. Now you can see that I've got my pyjamas on. Where are we? Where are we? Tell me if you can see it. There it is. Let's refer back. And we're now at this stage, look. So we're doing a frill for each one. That's what we're doing next. So far I've done 2 frills, so I'm going to continue to do the last one. So on my needle I want to put 1, 2, 3 red, a gold, 1, 2, 3 red. 7 beads in total, and I go back through that one last seed bead. Let's look. Which is this one? So it connects them all together. Let's do that, and then you can see once I've done it, hopefully you should be able to see this with the camera. There, that's a better one. There we go. Now my thread is coming out of that gold one there, right in the middle, but we don't want it out of him. We want it out of that top gold one right there. So with our needle and thread, we've got to come through those top red seed beads to come out of that gold. Oh, there you go. Look, there you're getting a better view. Okie dokie. So let's do that. And done. So now you can see I'm coming right out of that top one. Now we're ready for the next step. Now it's good to see patterns because you've got to get used to them when you're working with when we're working with the needle and thread and bead weaving. So we've done this stage. Now we're on to this one, which looks a little bit more complicated, but it's really not. Now if you look at the 3 middle ones, they're the pearls that we started with, and the pink ones are the seed beads that we started with. Then if you look at all the green, that's already what we've already got. So now we're just focusing, look, where our needles and thread is coming through. We're going to come out of one of those top gold ones. Can you see? Where's my needle? I really need a pointer. Let's do the scissors. This one here. This is a top gold one. I'm going to add a pearl, and then I'm going to go through the next top gold one. Let me show you. My thread's coming out of the top gold one. I'm going to add a pearl, and I'm going to go through that next gold one. Pull tight. Now bead weaving always looks odd when you're starting off. I'm going to add another pearl, and then I'm going to go through the next gold one on the points. So it's him, can you see? And then again Let me lift it up so you can see what's going on. It just looks like a great big mess. I'm going to add one more and go through the next point, the gold point right at the top. Now I'm going to pull tight all those pearls. That's what you end up with. Now, like I say, when you start on any bead weaving, it always looks wrong. Persevere with it and read that pattern, and I promise a few more steps and it will work out. Right, so once you're looking at your top, that's what you're looking at. So it looks like exactly like the beginning again. Let's look at our diagram. It looks like that now again. So we're ready to do this step. That's all it is. Repeat, repeat, repeat. Make sure you're coming out of a seed bead, which in this case I am coming out of him there. And I add on 1, 2, 3 red, 1 gold, 1, 2, 3 red, and then I go to the next gold seed bead. Pull tight, and it will give you a little frill around that pearl. Again, I'm going to add on 1, 2, 3 red, 1 gold, 1, 2, 3 red, 7 beads in total, and I'm going to go to the next seed bead. You see? Again, 1, 2, 3 red, 1 gold, 1, 2, 3 red, and to the next seed bead. So what I've created is my frill. Can you see? It's not great, is it? Once you've created your frill, you know that your thread, like the pattern again, let's refer back. Your thread wants to come out of a top seed. So we take our needle and thread, because at the minute it's not coming out of that. We take our needle and thread and we want to come out of the top gold one. Can you see? It's coming out of here. So that's what, now we're ready to add on a pearl again. So a pearl, we go to the next gold seed bead. Pull tight, add a pearl, we go to the next gold seed bead, pull tight, add a pearl, go to that first gold seed bead where we started from and pull tight. Now I always like to go through that pearl and go to the next seed bead just to make it extra tight. And look where we are again. We're at that triangle of seeds. We're back to this. So all we're doing is the pearl section. Make the frills for each pearl, come out of the top golden one, and then add the pearls to get you back to this stage. Repeat, repeat, repeat. I'll do one more, just so you can see what I'm doing. So, remember, we always come out of seeds on this one. I'm coming out of this top gold seed bead here, and I'm going to add on 1, 2, 3 red, 1 gold, 1, 2, 3 red, 7 beads in total. Go to the next gold seed bead. That will make the frill, again, do the next one. 3 red, 1 gold, 3 red, go to the next golden seed bead, pull tight, again 1, 2, 3, 1 gold and 1, 2, 3 through that first seed bead. Now you know with your thread, once we've done the frills, we need to take our needle and thread and go up until we come out of a top gold one, and then we can start the pearls. So purl on through the top gold, pull tight, purl on through the top gold, pull tight, and then 1 more purl. Oh, don't want to go on. Through the top and pull tight. Again, we're back to that first stage. So you want to see what I've made so far? There you go. How fab is that? It doesn't take long. However, you do get a few. You'll get through all of those and maybe a few extra. The gold ones though, not as many. Okay. So let me show you this one more time. You can always screenshot this as well. I'm more than happy for you guys to do it. So this is how we started off. We always get this one, which is our pearl and seed bead combination. Then we make the frills for each pearl. We always come out of the top. Each one, look, 1, 2, 3, has a top pink. In my case it was gold. And then we add on the pearls to connect. Once that's pulled tight, then it goes straight back to this again. That's it. So I'll show you how to clasp an end, just so that you know how to do that as well. So let's take him off and let's put this one on. Right then, so when it comes to the clasp, you can see I've ended on that first starting where it's the pearl and the seed bead combination. I'm going to take the usual 3 red, 1 gold, 3 red, and do my frill for each one. This will give us like a neck, really. Ah, naughty girl. I'm coming out of a pearl and not out of a seed. You see, that would never have worked. There we go. Even I make the mistakes. Right, there we go. Got one of my frills on. Let's do the next one. 1, 2, 3 red, 1 gold, 1, 2, 3 red. Through the seed. That will then make me another frill. 1, 2, 3. 1 gold, 1, 2, 3. And then through that last seed bead, I'm going to take my needle straight up so I come out of a top gold. There we go. So you can see, if I do this with my fingers, I can pinch it together now at that stage. So I'm going to take, while I'm coming out of a gold at the top, I'm going to take a red seed bead, link to the next gold. This just tightens it all up at the top. I'm going to take another one, link to the next gold, and I'm going to take another one and link again. So my top has now come completely together. Oh, it's not a great camera, this. Aha, maybe about there. and then I'm just going to create a little loop and put my clasp through it. So I'm going to go round. Now the weakest part of your bracelet, especially, well, any bracelet, whether it's bead weaving or not, is always your clasp area. So let's make sure they're nice and tight, and we go round a few times. Now I've got my magnetic clasp here. These are super strong. And I'm just going to take my needle and thread. I'm going to place one more seed bead on. I'm going to go through the little loop that's on there, and one more seed bead. Can you see? He won't dangle because he's magnetic. So you can't really see what I'm doing. And then I'm just going to go to the opposite side. This will create a little loop for, there we go, for it to stand. Again, we want to go around that a few times because it's only thread. I'm going to go around it a few times and put a few knots in there as well. Now how we do knots in bead weaving, it's called a blanket knot or blanket stitch, where we go under our seed beads. Let me see, I'll see if I can do it actually. Under my seed beads, can you see it if I do it there? It creates a loop before you pull tight. Take your needle through that loop, then pull. That will create a knot. Do a few of them, especially if you're making these to sell. The last thing you want is them to fall apart on people's wrists. So put a few knots in. And that's it. Once you have done that, take your scissors, chop off the excess thread, and you've got a magnetic clasp attached. Do exactly the same the other end. Here's one I made earlier. Not really in focus. There we go. So there's lots you can do with this bracelet. I'll bring you back up so you can see me. I did it today with the pearls. Like I said, you can do it with crystals. In fact, that would be really pretty and a little bit special. You can as well, and I've seen a lady do this and it looked beautiful, was when you start off, here we go, let's go back to the trusty instructions. When you start off with your 3 pearls, you can do them all in different colours. So this one could be a black, that could be a grey, that could be a white. And when you've done your frills and you come back to do this stage, then you would go white, black, grey, white, and it will spiral, and it looks fantastic. So you could always do that, I guess, in pearls and crystals, and again it will spiral and look completely different to what I've just done and shown you there. You can also make your sizes bigger. So although we're using 4mm tonight, which are these teeny ones, it actually comes out a decent size on your wrist. There we go. You can go up to 6mm. Just add, when you're counting those seed beads on, we count 3, one of your special or your contrasting one, and then 3 again. You would put 4, one of your special, and 4 if you're going up to 6mm. If you're going up to 8mm, then put 5, one of your special, and 5. And you can graduate it and make necklaces going from 4mm to 6mm to 8mm and then back round. I would just have a play with it because it's a fab little pattern, really easy to do. This one's all done in pearls and just one colour of seed bead, which again you can't really see, but if you come into the shop you'll be able to see it. So if you don't have to, or you kind of think, oh, I ain't got a contrasting colour that would look good, do it all in one colour. You just have to remember when you're going through, it's bead number 4. Okie dokie, I think that's everything. I hope you enjoyed it, and yeah, like and share down the bottom, get me out there, and I'll see you next week for another one. See you later.